Hello, friends and neighbors. It's our Florida Gator subreddit podcast. This is Tophery Gator. To my left, Zeus Apollo. Give him a sample of those beautiful pipes.
What up?
Beautiful. Gorgeous. And to my right, moving left to right across your podcast dial, Zlatan Diego.
Feels like just yesterday we were hanging out. Let's do it again.
I mean, I did see you last night in my dreams.
We were talking about the ass plug that Zlat got put in last night.
Yeah. I had a dry aged ribeye last night. Nice meal. It was fantastic, but you know how that goes on the back end too.
Yeah. Are we going to say why we were talking about Zlat's ass plug?
Does it matter?
No.
I don't even remember at this point. I don't know. We always talk about shit.
We were picking a draft order based on last poops.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
that is
right.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be going last in the draft, not to give it away or anything.
I thought when you initially said ass plug, I thought you were about to start talking about Scott Frost. I'm currently watching the game. There's 11 minutes left in the fourth, and Nebraska is down to Northwestern.
Yeah, you'll get some fun live reactions for the finish of this game for this podcast. This is stuff you can't get anywhere else. Else.
Anywhere
Boy.
else.
Sad times. But I was thinking about this the other day. How much... What a beautiful cottage industry that has developed in Orlando of UCF coaches climbing by beating hapless SEC teams in bowl games. Because that is apparently all it takes.
All it takes. It only takes one.
Well, they got a nice advantage too. They get to take sort of the leftover Florida kids, play against just the garbage AAC teams, and then they get to face up against some 7-6 SEC team, or maybe 8-5 if they're lucky.
You too can coach Nebraska football, and all it takes is beating Auburn once.
God, boy, Nebraska is such a shit show still. It's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's gator it up. We got more to say about them.
Bet. We're doing a draft.
This is by the time you're hearing this is a Florida Gators game week. We are less than 1 week from Florida Gators football.
Damn right.
Honestly, by the time you hear this, Scott Frost might already be unemployed.
He might already be on staff as a grad assistant. It's time to start Billy Napier's School for Wayward Coaches.
I mean, quite honestly, the stream is on a delay. He might actually be, like, as of the time of recording this, be fired, and we don't even know.
That's true.
It's certainly possible. All right. So, are we going to start with the player draft?
Yeah,
I think that's a good way to go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as the most fertile pooper here, I have the duty of going first. Pun very much intended. Okay, so right off the bat, we are, I believe, going with a universal quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay,
Yeah,
we're all going.
You guys vetoed my ability to pick Emory Jones once again.
Yeah. Well, my heart lies with Kitna, so he's going to be the pick for all of us.
I still think it's Luke Del Rio.
Who's the back the walk-on who's allegedly been
Engel? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's Engel.
Yep. Engel. You can. I could be your devil, or I could be your Engel.
I guess in theory we could either choose AR or the field if you really want to get frisky with it.
I don't.
No, I don't want to. That's just bad juju. Let's just shut up right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, for the draft, we're doing 2 wide receivers, 1 quarterback, but it's universal QB, tight end, running back, 1 O-line, 2 D-line / edge, 1 linebacker, 2 DBs, and a coach.
I think I'm going to go with the player who is most impactful, probably because of scarcity on the roster.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to take Jervin Dexter.
Oh, okay.
Jervin Dexter Sr.
I think that's pretty much the easy 1-1 pick right there.
No, I disagree. I think y'all are missing the number 1 player on this team, Osiris Torrance, on the O-line.
That was my other option.
Yeah, I think so. We do have a little bit more depth at that position, so I totally get going for G-Dex on the D-line. That herd thins out quite quickly, but I think it's hard to turn down the number 1 player on this team.
All right, I'm about to piss y'all off right here. Y'all take your defensive linemen who are going to get double teamed and your left or right guards who are going to get 0 counting stats. No one's going to pay attention to any of them. And I'm going to take the flashy guys. All right. Number 1 in sacks, I'm going Brenton Cox.
All right.
Interesting.
Load up on these stats, counting stats. Number 2, since we're doing snake draft, this is another easy choice. And honestly, I could have taken him as my first pick. They're pretty much equivalent. Ricky Pearsall.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Where are we going from here? Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but we're drafting a coach.
You did.
Okay.
We can just do the coach. We'll do the coach at the end. I mean, are we going to take the same guy? I guess.
There's a variety.
I think there's enough variety on this staff that maybe we can have a little bit of fun with it, but maybe we should still save it towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stalling. Shit.
I'm Lennon.
Okay. Who along? I think I will go. I'm gonna go. Jason Marshall. Fuck. How do I pronounce his name?
Son
Jason
of a
Marshall.
bitch. God fucking damn you.
I want to take. Last year we did 2 O-line, and I remember the highlight of my year, and this is setting a very low bar, was stealing both of those O-linemen from you. I'm gonna try to replicate that magic somehow.
Boy. This leaves me in a tough spot because now I have no idea where to go because that was all that I had loaded in the chamber.
Time to look up some team players here.
Damn.
See, my thing is I'm not writing down picks this year, so I'm definitely going to take somebody that's already been taken. That's pretty much certainty.
Last year.
Tove is going to have a fun time editing out my clicky clacks from writing all this down.
I am not editing anything, so please just don't say any slurs.
Zlat.
It's so tough for us.
Oh, what's this you're talking about?
That reminds me of a story I got to tell you guys after.
Oh boy. Okay.
What a tease! I love this.
God, can this podcast get any more Reddit? Guys, I have this great story about a slur I heard. I wanted to post it in Discord, but I've saved it for the podcast us 3 white guys are on.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm gonna go Ventrell Miller because I want to hold the person who is going to lead the team in tackles. I think he could lead the team in tackles by double what anyone else has.
I agree. That was my next pick.
Okay. I'm going to go with... No, I don't feel strongly enough about that. I was going to go offensive line, but I don't feel strongly enough about who is the rock-solid number 2 after Torrance. I feel like there's some decent options to pick from there.
Yeah, in hindsight, maybe we should have done 2 O-line, but
draft's
already started.
So, yep. No going
strategies have been set. You can't be changing things midstream.
We've already reset this stream 3 times, this podcast.
Okay. I'm going to take a bit of a flyer here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with running back. There have been some very good things said about Naquan Wright.
It's a good pick.
And I think if nothing else, he's going to have a lot of receptions, I suspect.
Last year, I went pretty early with Pierce, and I got chided for it a bit, but it turned out to be a pretty good pick. I think Naquan's going to be a solid choice. Yeah.
That's honestly what I think I'm struggling with is that we have a couple positions here where the number 1 is really highlighted. This isn't the case for running back, but then it's kind of a mystery once you get to the number 2, like wide receiver. And running back, I think that number 1 spot, somebody's going to have a really good year. It's kind of hard to say who. Lingard or Wright or Etienne or Johnson. It's a tough one.
Well, Zeus, I have no problem saying this now, since each of us are the only 2 without a running back. I'm very confident in who is going to be the next guy up. I'm not going to tell you who, and I'm just going to wait till you take your guy.
I was hoping that you were going to blow your spot up right there. I think it was your turn.
Nah, I'll just go last.
So you feel confident that Wright is going to be the number 1 guy?
I think so.
I don't.
Oh, I do. You don't?
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I think Wright's the number 1 guy, and I think the number 2 is more up for grabs. But I got a guy I like.
I think it's Johnson.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, I don't know, but I gotta pick here. Let's see. Right now I have an Osiris Torrance and a Jason Marshall. How can I make this tin can shine? I think I need somebody along the D line. I think I need a big one. We already have Dex and Cox off the board. Who is our other?
Only one big one left.
Oh, the biggest of the
The
Chunguses.
biggest of the ones.
I don't know,
The
man.
biggest Chungus.
I want my guy out there the whole time, the whole game.
I don't know if you're going to find one
Well,
left.
yeah,
Yeah.
good
I think
fucking
they're-
luck with that.
I think those are all taken now.
Okay, I'm gonna talk real slowly as I scroll through the roster here. See if there's anybody obvious I'm forgetting.
What kind of podcast fans are you? You don't have the rosters memorized already?
Shut
I
up.
definitely have a depth chart up in front of me.
Fuck.
Yeah, as we were saying in the before we started recording, this is by far the least I've ever known about a Florida Gators roster as an adult. Probably since like early Meyer days, going back to when I was in my mid to early teens. This is the least I've known about a Gator roster. I just have not had the bandwidth to be like plugged in and obsessive about it this offseason like I normally would be.
And you know what? With such a kind of big question mark, it's hard to speculate. Well, I mean, it's easy to speculate, but it's hard to feel like you're getting any footing with the speculation, really not knowing what's going to go on with the coaching staff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I think I will also take a flyer. I am not quite as confident in Naquan Wright as you are, Toph, but I can appreciate taking a flyer on calling your shot like that. I'm going to call my shot. I'm going to pick over Des Watson. I'm going to pick Tyreek Sapp.
It's a good pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not bad.
It's high upside right there. I debated him for my second D line.
All right, Slat, you're up.
Okay. See, now comes the part where do I really try to piss y'all off and pull a Zeus from last year, or do I?
Are you going to pick a second wide receiver or two wide receivers? A wide receiver and tight end?
Nah. I got other things in the mind. All right, I'm going to take the best safety in college football, and that's
Damn.
Rashad Torrance.
Okay.
Beautiful misdirection.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take another good player in Trey Dean.
Oh, shut up. Fuck you.
DB is filled out for me.
All right. Okay. DB's starting to slip a little bit. So now
I noticed that with these drafts, I kind of go defense first. It's becoming a theme now in our many drafts we've had so far.
all two of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know, honestly, I was thinking that maybe I wanted to call my shot on safety or DB. Actually, you know what? I got a cornerback. Even though we have both spots listed as DB, I think maybe just for the sake of being thematic, I might want to go for a safety. Who's that number 2 safety, though? This is where my inability to call shit out.
What?
This is where my inability, my lack of knowledge about the roster is going to get
See,
me.
I'm debating how much I tell Zeus right now and what I let on here. Like I'm going to give stuff away. Yeah.
Refresh my memory about what is our DB? Are we just taking 2 DBs?
Taking 2 total DBs. Yeah.
Okay.
You take 2 safeties.
Right now, so far, Jason Marshall, Rashad Torrance, and Trey Dean are off the board.
You know what? Maybe I think I'm going to go. You know what? I don't know this roster well enough to call my shot on the top people. I think I'm going to go for a series of high upside unknowns.
So this is going all 5 stars.
I'm going Dante Sanders at tight end.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've liked other picks better, but I don't hate this one.
Although I got roasted in the comments for doing that exact same strategy last year, so let's see how that works out for you this time.
Wait, you mean with Dante Sanders at D lineman?
The difference is that the audience likes me.
Ooh, nice armpits. All right, I'm on the clock. Well, I guess I need to get into the mix defensive back. So I'm going to go with Avery Helm. I think he's going to hold down the other corner spot.
I do too. I was thinking about picking him up, but in fact, no buts. I think he picked up the next best cornerback in this class in this draft right now.
That's debatable. I do think that it's open for debate because there's another one that I've heard some things about that.
There's one more guy that I like that I would have taken if I didn't get one of my guys that have gone so far.
So you know what? Just so I don't have to think about it, I'm going to go ahead and take that person.
Do it.
Okay, so this is interesting because I don't know if this is I don't know if Zlat and I are thinking of the same person here.
I think there's two distinct people that Zlat could be talking about.
I'm definitely talking about one. I'll let you know if it's him or not. I won't tell you who it is.
Talking about one more than the other.
Okay, I'm going to take. I'm going to go with Jalen Kimber.
Oh, interesting.
Was that not who you were?
It's not my guy.
Okay, interesting.
Not my guy.
I thought it was somebody else, and I think Zlat and I telepathically communicated through very poor punnage. But now that said, I don't have to worry about that because y'all can't pick him up anymore, so I can just focus on other shit.
That's true.
Like my linebacker. Who do I want at linebacker? Quite honestly, if I've talked to a lot of therapists in my day, and they always say one thing: don't let your decisions be driven by fear. And quite honestly, my decision is being driven by fear right now. I'm just trying to avoid making dumb decisions. I see a list of linebackers, and I see Ventrell Miller at the top, and I do not want to be roasted for picking the wrong guy up twice, like number 2. I want to pick a linebacker. I want that linebacker. This isn't my pick. I want that linebacker to be Amari Burney. But I'm going to look real dumb when Wingo comes out of nowhere and just be like, hey, bitch, I'm a 5-star.
Yeah.
He's a 4-star, but I don't want to be wrong about that. I don't want to look silly. I'm going to go Amari Burney. I know I just said last round that I was going to go high. No, fuck it. I'm not going Amari Burney. I didn't type it in yet. It doesn't count. I'm going Derek Wingo.
Whoa. This is the thumbnail for the YouTube video is me going,
whoa.
No. He did what?
Zeus, you put me in a tough spot here because now you're making me choose between a guy who I know is going to get the chance to start this year and the guy who I actually would have taken to take his spot at linebacker. And it's not Wingo. But since linebacker's already filled up for both of you, I guess we'll have to wait to find out who that is.
Do you think? Okay, I won't spoil it then, but I have a guess, and we can talk about it there.
Plenty of options here. Yeah, we got guys. Maybe we'll talk about whoever's left over at the end. All right, so remind me, who are the running backs taken so far?
Just Naquan Wright.
Okay. And O-line, we've just got Torrance taken.
Yeah.
And at tight end, we've just got Zanders taken.
Correct.
All right, so those are 3 spots I need to fill, but 3 spots that I'll leave it wide open for somebody else afterwards too. All right, well, this makes my next pick pretty straightforward. Damn it, this is tough for me. I could take my next receiver. I really wish there was another guy that I loved.
Yep.
There's 3 left that I think are pretty clear choices that are going to get a lot of play. I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I am going to take who I think is the wide receiver that steps up because we need one this year.
God, please don't take him for me. Anyone but him.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but I'm going to go Xavier Henderson.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I think that's the right choice, but oh, thank God.
Oh, well, I get it. I guess I know who isn't going to make it back to me.
I know who Zeus is going for, and it's the guy that I originally thought of for receiver, but yeah, I switched my pick midstream on this one.
Yep, I went through the exact same thought process.
Don't take my boy Ty Bowman from me.
Was that your second slot?
No, yeah, I got Pearsall and Henderson. I'm filled out at receiver.
Sorry, that was his second wide receiver. That wasn't his second pick just now.
Okay, yeah, that was what I meant.
I see. That's right. I get to go twice in a row.
Damn right.
That Buffalo Trace hitting.
Oh, 2 minutes
right now.
Fourth quarter with Northwestern versus Nebraska. Northwestern.
What a game! It's a 4th and 7. Looks. Oh, they're going to punt it. You know, there's nothing I hate more in this day and age when a team is like inside the 50 and then they let the clock run out to get the 5-yard loss and actually punt it instead. It's not part of what football is right now. You're living in the 90s.
When you have a scholarship, Fuck. When you have a scholarship punter on roster, which I know Zlat despises.
No, let's. I need to clarify this point right now. I love punters. I hate kickers.
Zlat. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that clarifies it. Good.
Yeah.
So Zlat is he's kind of a Will Muschamp type. He's one of those guys who just completely disregards one of the phases of the game. I think of myself as more of like a Billy Napier type who thinks that all players in all phases of the game are important to winning football games.
Would you say
That's
that
just
all
the way
lives?
that I was brought up.
Would you say all players' lives matter?
I would say that. Yes, in fact, I would.
God. Oh my God.
All right, guys.
I don't
guess
have
I'm up for picking, huh?
I fancy myself a Billy Gonzalez type in that I'm often Boca Raton chilling out.
I think of myself as a Scott Cochran type because I like to snort pills and just chill.
Jesus Christ.
I think of myself as. Let's see. All right, so I think I've got to do this next pick.
Do it.
There are a couple guys I really like, but I don't think they're going to get enough play to matter as much. One's such a fun pick, and I really hate that I'm going to fill out my D line right now without taking him. But I think this other dude's about to take the next step forward, and I'm about to just absolutely destroy y'all in sacks. I'm going to take Princely Umanmielen. I don't even know if that's how you say it.
You're gonna have to practice, but that's a good pick, I think. With who's off the board, I think that's probably a really safe pick.
And I'd suffice to say that I will lead this fantasy draft in sacks.
I think so. Between you've picked consistently the two people who will not be doubled the most.
Yeah, I mean it's a question of are we taking the biggest talents, or are we taking guys that are just going to get flashy counting stats?
No, this is fantasy. You're going for big stats, which is exactly why.
This is also a thing with pretty much no rules, so you can really argue whatever you want to here.
That's fair.
Take the guy who gets arrested the most, the player most likely to get in a scooter accident. It happens every year.
We should do superlative sometime. Can we do a mid-season superlative? Because we kind of missed our boat with the preseason, unless we just make this like a 3-hour-long episode.
We can do anything you want.
Thank you, Daddy. I'm gonna go with my boy. I'm scared that Toph is gonna steal him from me, and I want nothing more than to have one Trent Whittemore on my roster. Because that makes me the moral winners. That makes me the champion of life no matter what happens.
You shocked me. I really thought you were going with another guy. That receiver.
Oh no, that's who I thought he had.
No. I think Trent is going to be pretty consistent this year. I don't think he has the same kind of upside as maybe some of the other people left on the board. But A, memes. B, I do seriously think that he will like very rarely not be on the field. I don't think he is necessarily the flashiest. I think maybe he's like Pearsall light, but I do think that I think he's wide receiver number 2 if I'm being honest, like ahead of Shorter. And Henderson and Trent kind of do two different things, but I think Trent is more of the workhorse. I think Henderson might get those big plays, but
Northwestern just picked it off. There's about a minute left. I'm trying to see if there's any timeouts or anything to get this clock stopped. Looks like Nebraska is out of timeouts. I think this game might be over. Minute 27. Is that going to run it down to pretty much 0?
I'm about 30 seconds behind you, but based on how all the Nebraska people look like, just shoulders slumped, staring at the spot that it happened, not even at the guy running around with the ball, I think that means that's game.
They're kneeling it out right now. Scott Frost looks like he's about to throw up. I don't know why. I thought he put money on Northwestern to cover here. With that onside kick, I was confident.
Jesus.
He took an onside kick up 11, and the spread was, I think, 11. Nebraska was the favorite. Anyways, moving on. Who's up in the draft?
That would be Toph.
Is it me? Yeah, it is me. All right. So I guess it's time to go receiver. Well, I don't know. You've both taken one. Is that accurate?
I am full on receiver.
Oh, that's right. You took 2. Yeah. Okay.
Pearsall and Henderson for Zlat. Whittemore for me.
Okay. Well, I guess I better take Justin Shorter.
Damn.
That's what I thought you were going, Deuce.
I figured as much when you were surprised, but no, it's Whittemore. Whittemore every day.
And I think I better take the other viable option at tight end
Okay.
It's a good
because
choice.
Xanders is off the board. I assume due to injuries, probably Keon Zipper is going to be the other person involved in that situation.
I would think so. That was who I debated with receiver versus tight end there. Kind of
Alrighty.
regretting it now, but I like my guy, so we'll go with it.
Alrighty. Well, playing a little bit of the draft game, I see that Zlat has tight end, running back, O-line, and linebacker to fill.
Yeah.
I've already taken my linebacker. I've already taken my O-line guy, and I've already taken my tight end. So the only person I'm fighting Zlat for is a running back, and I think I'm okay with taking whoever he thinks I'm okay taking the third because I'm that unsure about it. So I'm going to fuck over Toph. Who am I fighting Toph for? Wide receiver and D-line. So I got to pick a wide receiver and a D-line. So my wide receiver, I'll pick up... We can go Frazier's. We could go Reynolds, Douglas, William Sawyer, Daniel Cross. Who's Zach?
Are you looking at the online roster right now? These are guys I've never heard of before.
Yeah, these are these are walk-ons.
All right.
I think I might go with Burke. I'm going to pick up Burke. No. Yeah, I'm going to go with Burke over Weston.
Fuck! God damn it.
Moving to forcing his hand. Dude, you gotta take him. You gotta take him again.
You son of a
down.
bitch.
You double down and you look like a genius when he goes
I'm
off.
going to drive to South Florida and take a shit in your flip-flops.
Then you'll get to pick first next year, and you'll still pick Weston.
All right.
All right, so
All
that's
right.
all.
So right now I have guys written in. I've been writing in guys whenever y'all fill spots. So let me make sure that I'm correct on this. Running back, you've each got one?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. Tight end, you've each got one?
Yes.
And linebacker, you've each got one. So
Yes.
I can wait on tight end and linebacker. Looks like I gotta take my running back now and fuck over Zeus. I'm taking Montrell Johnson.
Interesting. So that's who you
Go
feel
for it.
confident
I mean,
about being...
For what it's worth, those two are the two that I'm most confident in.
Yeah.
But
I think he's the clear cut number 2. He'll get a lot of play, I think, this year.
Yeah, I don't think they bring him in to sit on the bench.
No, and I think Naquan definitely is the number 1, like clear cut number 1. I actually would have taken him coming back around whenever he was drafted.
Which is interesting because we were talking about him as a potential transfer candidate in the spring.
And not to get too into that, but I do think that somebody was going to transfer, and the staff had to decide who they were going to try and pay and keep. Ended up being Bowman, who I think he would have gotten some playing time, but they like Naquan. I think they paid up for Naquan and told Bowman to take a hike.
Yeah.
And he got offered number 1 money by another school. So
I like Naquan too. I mean, I've been really impressed with what I've seen from him. I think he's a very versatile, like a back who is suited to modern NFL football. I think he's going to have a career in the NFL.
I agree. I think it's just going to be a question of how he fits in the current staff system. One thing that not a lot of people are saying is how flexible is this staff going to be on their system? Like how tailored was it to Louisiana? How tailored was it to Clemson? I think them the type to tailor it to whatever their players' needs are. But I don't necessarily, I mean, for what it's worth, I don't exactly know what Napier's typical running back is. Naquan Wright is a very specific kind of running back, so I wonder how that's going to interact with this staff. I also spelled his name wrong.
Who's on the clock? Is it me?
I'm up again.
Are
I
we
think.
going back to Zlat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 in a row. I'm just debating where to go with this. I'm filled at the D-line, O-line, or sorry, the D-line edge spot. Wide receivers filled up. DBs filled up. Got my
Right
running back.
now, I think the only person you're fighting for any position
It's O-line.
is O-line.
Yeah. So that's what I was looking at right there. And I would have been fine with either of the options that are left. I'll go garage.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was for me, it's between him and White.
I agree. I would have gone White, I think, though.
The reason I'm going garage is that I think White has had some injury issues, so I could see him
Yeah.
potentially missing time.
Yeah, I was leaning
Yeah, you know-
Garage for the same reason.
Okay, so from a draft perspective, totally fair. From a Sunshine Pumpers perspective, I've been still high on White. In my mind, he's had 3 injuries. He's had his back injury. He recently had a nose injury, and he had the injury from last year. The nose injury, I think, is easy to write off because how are you going to bulk up over a nose injury? Like, how do you that? I feel like that's not really something you avoid. And the back injury, that was back when he was like way overweight, and he's since slimmed down. So
Yeah.
from a draft perspective, I ain't gonna try to devil's advocate my way out of that one because that's a good pick, and I want him to be good.
I'll
But
do
from a-
devil's advocate right now. You could argue that back injuries can cause other injuries, not nose injuries, obviously, but I think his other one is a leg injury. And I hope for that. I mean, he's a good player, and I think he could be awesome. Just got to see him on the field. I think he would have been the other guy I took. And actually, if we were going 2 linemen, I pretty much have him even with Kingsley as well. So I'll make it tough on you later if you want to think about that. But I think Kingsley's really good
Yeah.
overall. We have a good O-line this year.
That's weird to say as a Florida fan.
Yeah. Haven't said that in about a decade. All right, Zeus, you're up.
Let's fuck over Slat again with D line.
Not-
So D line we have Dexter. Did I say fuck over Slat?
You did.
Fuck. Well, I want to fuck you over anyways, but let's fuck over.
Run free.
Let's talk over Dove with D line. So right now off the board we have Dex, Sapp, Cox, and Princely. So who is our next guy off the board with D line? Who does really more specifically? I'm not trying to figure out how to win this game. I'm trying to figure out how to make Toph as mad as possible.
I don't know if he can make him mad at this point with D line.
Yeah,
Might be tough.
I'm not invested at all.
There's some really fun options left. There's a guy who I think's gonna play a lot. I mean, but it's really you got a 6-sided die here, and any one of them can be it.
Yeah, there's.
I want to add a guy at the end of the draft, right with the coach picks. I think we should add a true freshman choice too
Okay.
Yeah.
for later.
True freshman at the end. And can it be somebody that was already taken?
No,
No, that would defeat the purpose.
no.
Okay.
If you wanna no, but if you want to take one, you get them now. If you really want to lock one down.
No, I think I'm all right there. I think I'm going to go Big Des Watson.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the best choice.
That's the fun choice for sure.
Yeah. I have Sapp and Watson. As everybody predicted, I put all my money on the Florida defensive tackle.
Okay, so it's back to me.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that I'm competing for?
Probably not at this point.
No, at this point,
I'm full of D line, wide receiver, DB, and then I have my O line, running back.
yeah.
What do I need?
Wide receiver, O-line, D-line.
Okay, yeah, so no, I'm really not.
All right, Zeus, you competing for anybody? I mean, we could just take our guys right now and
Yeah.
wrap it up.
No, I'm not competing for anybody.
Okay.
'Cause I have mine written in already. So
Yeah, so I'm between a couple of options here on D line. I'm between 3. Well, no, probably 2. I'm between. Okay, Tyreek Sapp is still on the board, right?
No.
no, he's gone.
Oh, he went. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes it easier.
Yeah. You see, I don't know. Like, Chief Borders is like, he has like the most personality on the team. Like, I get the feeling that he's kind of a spark plug. I haven't paid enough attention to like practice reports though. Like, I don't know if he's getting play.
I don't think he'd be a terrible pick if
As a
that's what you're
contributor?
wondering. I think
So
both
I'm-
staffs have liked him a lot.
So that leaves me to be between him and Antoine Powell.
Really not liking the other DT options, are you?
No, I mean, like, you could make an argument for Chris Thomas, I guess.
Yeah.
Based on talent.
The guy who got kicked off and then brought back. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, I don't know, is he going to be in good graces enough to see the field? I guess this is kind of a shit shoot at this point anyway. So I'll go Chief Borders. I'll take the upside. there because I think that he's someone who is eventually going to be a very big contributor. Just a question of if it's this year or not.
Yeah. All right, you get a second pick.
Right. All right. I guess I will take. I'll go Jaquavian Frazier's at wide receiver.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I'm not doing the Weston thing again. I'm not going to do the meme.
Look, he could be awesome, but Frazier's he always looks so good whenever he catches the ball. He's got the real. I mean,
and my last pick will be Ethan. My last pick will be Ethan White.
Deal. Okay. Yeah, let's just run through it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And then just to jump ahead, since I went last initially, I'll go first for the coach and freshman picks, and then we'll do a little mini snake draft right there. So, sure. Are y'all cool with that? Make sure everybody's okay with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. For running back between Etienne and Lingard,
tough. It's
tough.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Lingard. I think Etienne is no. Shit! I just played my hand. I was about to. I'm gonna go Lingard. I'm not gonna say anymore.
There's no playing hands. I mean, you can change your mind. You haven't typed it in yet, have you? Or if you typed it in, there's nothing you can do to undo that.
I'm a man of my honor, and I did clickety clack.
There's literally nothing you can do to undo a typing. Yeah. So
it's inked in digitally. For defensive back, I'm gonna do another high upside. Devin Moore. I also feel like maybe I take away a lot of y'all's true freshman pick.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with that one actually. He was my true freshman pick, and I thought you were going to go with an actual DB who was going to play more. But
no,
I fucking hate you for that. That's the first time I've gotten sniped this draft, and I'm pretty upset right now.
That's all I'm going for. It's the Falcon punch.
You got to snipe on me because that was going to be my when I had set up this whole 1-1 thing. I had a plan. That was my 1-1 right there, Devin Moore. Really like what he's got going on there. It's a good choice. Kudos to you, fucker. Are you filled up?
Yeah, I'm filled up.
All right. I have tight end and linebacker remaining. Yes. Tight end, I really think there's only one option here, unless I were to go with Griffin McDowell, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to go Nick Elksnis. It's an upside pick. It's the other two tight ends I think are much better options, but that's where we are right now. So Nick Elksnis, high upside receiver as a tight end. Mm-hmm. And then linebacker, we have Amari Burney left, and we have the guy who I really want to take. And Zeus taking Devin Moore really changes things on this because I had Shamar James written in as my linebacker. I was set to take him and to go Devin Moore. I was totally set on that, but now I'm debating if I want to go Amari Burney and have Shamar as my true freshman. I'm just kind of looking over right here real quick. You know what?
No, I don't.
This is tough. Okay, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna go with the original plan here. I'm gonna go with Shamar James. Amari Burney, prove me fucking wrong, dude. Prove me wrong.
Wow.
I can't do it right now. I'm going Shamar James at linebacker. So that fills out my main spots, and then we're on to the freshman/coach choices. My Devin Moore pick is gone, but that doesn't mean I don't have a good option left. And the obvious option, I think there are actually 3 good choices right here left. And I'm going to go with Zeus. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that Trevor Etienne might have been a better choice than Lorenzo Lingard.
Yeah, that's when I was stumbling over my words. What I accidentally let slip was that I was planning to pick Etienne up as my freshman, and then have 2 play the field at running back.
Well, you'll have that option if you want it because I'm going Kamari Wilson.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
And I have all 3 safety options completely locked down. Fuck y'all, you're not getting safeties.
God damn, Torrance, Bean, and Wilson. Toph, we fucked up. I don't know how that happened. They're going to throw over our heads in this very real fantasy team that we've put together.
Nobody took Trevez Johnson, surprisingly. And, I mean, Jordan Young could play a bit this year, too.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's see.
Remember, you can go coach here, too. You don't have to take a freshman. I think there are 2 really good freshman options left. So it's not like either one is particularly worse or better than the other, in my mind.
real quick, do we want to say no Billy Napier for our
Yeah,
coach?
I figured we were talking assistants here.
Like
Yeah.
positional coach, yeah?
It's just some
All right.
kind of assistant. Yeah.
All right. I think
Honestly, anybody on the entire coaching staff, if you really want.
I'm going to leave it to you. Do you want me to pick the funny pick, or do you want me to pick the real pick? Did
You
we
leaving
lose
it to me or Toph here?
Toph?
What? Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
It's all good. Toph, do I pick the funny pick or the real pick?
I mean, I always go for the laugh personally.
Trace
Right.
Mack. Trace Mack, true freshman. Let's go.
Okay. Fair, yeah, not bad.
Wow. Okay, that's
So-
not one of the freshmen I was looking at.
Listen, I just have a real strong belief in scholarship kickers. I think they are the backing of any good team, the spine.
This goes to show that everybody's human. No one's perfect.
From what I understand, there's a bit of a battle there, is there not? At kicker?
Oh, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
you might lose out on your true freshman to a walk on. By the way, just to let
Oh
you know,
shit!
it's locked in already though.
Yeah, I typed it.
Okay, so is Etienne still on the?
Yeah,
He is.
Okay, well, I guess he's my freshman pick.
That's
There you
that
go.
was who I was debating right there. You left Etienne wide open right there, and
Who was
Chris
the-
McClellan. Chris McClellan
Okay.
would have been a good option as well because I
Yeah.
think he'll get some playing time,
Agreed.
Right, that makes
possibly
sense.
more than Trace Mack, to be honest.
Hey, listen, who has Whittemore and Smack? Nobody, just me.
Well, yeah, just one person.
you
You're
go.
right about that.
Down. Okay, Toph, you want to pick coach?
Oh shit! Damn it!
Yeah.
I forgot about coaches. Yeah, even though we were just talking about it.
If you're in the Discord right now, under the main Gator football channel, there is a great pinned message by blah blah blah, who has been keeping up with the coaches and has a fantastic tree. So y'all check out that Discord. Look at that tree if you ever want a nice view of the whole staff.
Okay, so there's a lot of different directions you could go with on the coaching situation. I mean, you could even go like high level support staff.
Mm-hmm.
You can go anybody.
Katie Turner's.
Katie Turner. Yeah, I was.
bad.
That was going to be my super sneaky pick.
Katie
Looking-
Turner is big.
Looking at all these coaches, I'm like, we need to take 3 coaches to really fill out the numbers here.
There's more coaches and support
There's
stuff.
so many goddamn coaches.
Pira also, as far as
Yeah.
off
Great
field.
meme choice, yeah.
I got to do it though. I got to go. I got to go with the best defensive back coach in the game,
Yeah.
Corey Raymond.
That's the correct answer.
It's a good choice.
Corey Raymond. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say Katie Turner.
That's a good pick too. You got 2 of the best at each of their spots.
Is she younger than all of us? All 3 of us? She might be older than you, Zeus.
Oh, how old is Katie Turner?
I think she's younger than Zlat and I.
I've
If I
never looked up
recall,
her age.
it was. I remember her being like around the same age as my sister, so I think she's like 27, 28, something like that. Pretty sure she's in her 20s still.
I kind of feel gross looking up Katie Turner age, but here we are now.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, I'll take my my option here. I was a little worried that one of y'all were going to take him, but when you took your people, you did. I get why you did, and those are good, really good choices. Might even be better than who I had picked out initially. But I'm going to go with who I think is the best up and coming coach on the staff, who will be one of the biggest names in college football at some point, if all goes according to plan, and that's Patrick Toney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the only other one that I really gave consideration to.
Very excited about what he can bring.
If we're talking about on-field staff, I would have also considered Sean Spencer.
I like him a lot. He's really good. Not a great meme pick, and
True.
still a good option though. If we were going for a round 2, then I feel like he'd get snatched up really quickly.
I believe Katie Turner is 3 years older than I am, which would put her at somewhere between 28 and 29.
Well, that is just depressing as all hell.
Yes, it is.
And think about how much more she's making than both of you combined.
Right? Hey, listen, I still have 3 years to
Speak
get
for
there.
yourself.
That's right. I forget. Tove's the multimillionaire right here, loaded up on bags to be dropping off to the team.
Who do you think locked down Kamari Wilson?
Rob Sale.
Well, I did. I got him on my team.
True. Oh yeah, let's go over our picks real quick. I'm looking over it, and I think I did really, really poorly.
usually in fantasy drafts, people look at him like, yeah, I did a great draft because you picked guys you wanted. Not so much.
No,
for Zeus,
I waffled between the what's the word, like the second teamer and the meme pick.
It's really tough too because in a 3-person draft, when you go in snake draft, you're in a really shit spot in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot
I don't
easier
remember.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me remember what the order was. I guess maybe that's something we can go back and write down so that we can figure that out. But do we want to individually list off who each one of us have?
Just how about we can each highlight what we like about our team.
Sure.
We'll keep it short and brief. What do you got?
I really like my O-line, Osiris Torrance. I think I have the one guy. I think I have the one surest pick at a first-round draft pick on my team for this upcoming draft.
It's a good choice. Yeah. Toph?
I feel really good. I've got like a nice ground and pound type of team built here. You've got Dexter and Miller on defense to really fuck up people's shit in the run game. And then Helm and Kimber over the top. And then between Naquan Wright, Shorter, and Zipperer, and Frazier's. I mean, that's a big receiver core. Very lots of downhill running, blocking, all that shit.
All right.
How about you, Zlat?
I think I hands down won this draft pretty easily right here. Just a loaded team everywhere. By far the most sacks. I think I'm going to load up on interceptions pretty easily. If we're going fantasy points, counting stats right here, the biggest sackers, the best defensive backs here. Pearsall is going to get probably half the catches that AR throws out there. Henderson, big upside. I think my weakest spot is probably tight end with Elksnis. A little bit linebacker with Shamar James. That's sort of an upside pick, but I think he could be the best linebacker on the team in the near future too.
Gators draft saved. If we're going for other things we like, I think I like my what's it called? My staying power. If this was a legacy draft, I think I'd be in good shape.
Yeah, if we were doing like a keeper league, might have been different choices for a few of us probably.
Yeah, but
honestly, if we were doing a keeper league, I wouldn't take anybody that Mullen would have touched in his lifetime. So I would have gone all freshmen.
Yeah, but you see, I'm setting the rules to make myself look better. So
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, under the hypothetical keeper league that we didn't discuss before this, I think I did a good job.
Look at the doggy.
Oh my goodness.
We may or may not post that to Twitter later.
Toph just showed us all his dick.
He calls it the doggy.
What's up, all? Because it looks like a bulldog.
I can't speak to that, Toph. What's up?
Oh, he's muted now. We can't hear
muted.
him.
Oh, can't respond. Can't defend himself.
It's very flabby. I have a very flabby, furry penis.
Sort of jowly, even.
Yeah,
dripping on the side.
A bit of a discharge.
Jesus fuck.
All right. It took a long time, but we finally got into our dick jokes of the episode. I'm proud of us.
There we go. All right.
So that wraps up the second inaugural draft. We'll call each one of these inaugural, and we'll just keep going from here on forward.
This is the first annual, second annual.
All right. The first, second annual. I love it. We ready to move on? We got.
Yeah.
So question: has Scott Frost been fired yet?
Has he been tarmacked in Ireland?
Northwestern did win. In case we haven't actually officially said that, they did kneel it out, and he may or may not be in Ireland still.
Boy, brutal.
Rough times up in Nebraska.
Saturday
sailing.
Down South says Scott Frost, Nebraska gets shredded on onside kick decision.
I mean, he absolutely should have gotten fired for that decision. It was the worst decision.
That's brutal.
That
Insane.
I'd call it Muschamp-esque, but he doesn't make decisions. Like, he would have been the guy to kick it off. Like,
No, I don't know who this is. This is like
this is
new.
because it's the opposite of Muschamp. Because Muschamp would be down 11 in the fourth quarter and still kick it off, like never even considering an onside kick. That's not in his playbook.
Breaking new ground in the field of stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the offensive version of Muschamp. Truly something to behold.
All right. We've got about 20 minutes before Zeus has to dip.
Let's get some Utah talk in. Or we got to talk through the season in Utah.
Utah. How are we feeling?
It's so tough. We got a new staff, right? It's really tough to know.
Yeah.
We looked like shit at the end of the year. It's hard for me to really have a lot of faith until I see what we can do. And Utah is a team that I expect some consistency out of, some experience and some depth out of. And they have a good coach. It's not an easy game. If this was in Utah, it would be the easiest of easy decisions for me. It's in Gainesville, though.
Mm-hmm. It's in Gainesville at night, though. I think there's a lot being made about the home field advantage of the Swamp. And for what it's worth, the humidity is going to be like 90 degrees, but it's going to be like 70. Or not 90 degrees. It's going to be like 90% humidity, but it's going to be like 70 degrees. So it's like, they're going to be having heavy breath. Like, it's going to be, really muggy. It's going to be hard to breathe and not the the opposite of thin air sense. But like,
it's really needed to be that 3:30 CBS game.
Yeah.
If this was 3:30 CBS, no doubt about it. I think it's all us. It's a night game. I think I'm just shy of feeling good about this. I would put it at like a 55 to 60% chance for Utah winning, which makes me favor them, but like way less than like where our rankings would suggest. I think I think they're way overrated. I think we are probably a little bit underrated. I still don't think that the difference in expectation makes up enough for me to say that we should be favored over them.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that. I do think they're going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we won.
Yeah.
I do think a lot is being made about the home field advantage that I just kind of don't agree with. I think that the conditioning advantage of coming down from a mile above sea level to sea level, I think that's going to be huge for them. I think that's a big plus in their favor. And the thing that people are talking about, how hot and humid it's going to be, that's going to most acutely affect the big guys. And a lot of their big guys are from the South Pacific. And I have to imagine that those dudes are probably pretty familiar with humid weather. So I don't know if that's going to be that much of an advantage for us as much as people think that it is. But it'd be pretty sick if it was. But yeah. I'm picking Utah. I think it's a close game, but I think they win by about a touchdown.
And just to lay it out, I think right now the spread's 2.5. Utah's the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for what it's worth, I was saying people are overestimating, underestimating, whatever. That feels about what I feel on the inside.
Do you want to think actual scores?
Yeah, I think let's pick actual scores. I think they should be about a field goal favorite. But Toph, you said they're about a touchdown favorite. What do you think the score is?
Yeah, I think they pull ahead late. I would go. I think it's going to be relatively low scoring. I would call it like 27-21.
All right. Flat?
Toph taking the under here. I think it's at 50-51 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard for me to take us with what I most recently saw from this team. And as much as I love AR and his upside, I've also seen his downside, and I need to see that he's able to step up from that too. Mullen never gave us a chance, that piece of shit. So that being said, yeah, I got Utah winning this, and I think they probably cover. It's just a low 2.5 is just so small. I do think that the defense will be porous enough that even despite the early season mistakes, we surpassed 50 points total. So I'm going to go with Utah winning this probably 34-30.
All right. I gave a little bit of the preview before. I think they should be about a field goal favorite, which is why I'm going to pick. Yeah, I would also agree on the defense being porous early in the year rather than the offense. Defensive schemes are usually harder to nail, at least in my thought process. Totally unprofessional and uninformed thought process, which is why I think I'm going to go 34-30 Gators win.
Really? Okay. I like it. I like
Fuck it. Why
Well,
not?
One true fan right here is Zeus.
That's right. Toph taking a shit.
All right.
Toph wasn't around to hear my insane, awesome upside pick. So I guess it's Lat and I holding down the fort.
We can tell him you took whatever. I mean, we could have him. We could say that you took Utah 40-10.
I think I'm going to say that I have Utah as a dark horse national champion candidate.
Yeah, like Desmond Howard. No, wait, he took. Who do you have? Baylor, Texas A&M, Pitt. He put fucking Pitt in the playoffs.
He put a pick.
That guy's just going for clicks. That's all. I said clits right there. He's going for clicks.
Aren't we all?
All right. Well, I think we can lock that in. You got Florida 34-30. I have Utah 34-30. So you're a much bigger.
I thought you said it was 34-31, but
I said 30. But we can do
all
either.
right.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Let's start going. Hopefully, I'll vamp enough on this. Let's go through the season and take some wins losses here and see what we're going to finish up with. You've already given away that you think Florida wins this one. I'm going to pull up the schedule here. How do you want to do this? You want to go kind of through? Should we go one game at a time here?
Yeah, I would normally say yes, but we're currently waiting for Toph to come back from a PP break. So let's go one at it. Let's kind of talk over it.
Let's go. Yeah, go for it.
The over under set at what, 8, right?
I think it's below 8. I think it's closer
like 7.2, 7.5.
Yeah, it's right in the middle there, somewhere in there.
Are you taking that over or under?
It's perfectly set, I think. I mean, it comes down to just some. I mean, if the wrong injuries happen, you take the under, and if everything goes just like normal, then you take right at 8. So it's tough right there. I'm not going to give it away yet. We'll go one game at a time.
Okay, all right.
Toph, I picked Utah to win the national championship.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
and then I picked
starting with 34-30 Gators win.
Lost,
right?
Yeah. I picked the Gators to win 34-30 because somebody had to. Man,
okay.
He came back from the PP, but it's like he's still not here.
All right.
Sorry.
We're going through the schedule.
Okay, so we're going through the schedule.
Kentucky versus Kentucky in Gainesville. Who y'all got?
I got the Gators.
Yeah, let's go.
Gators. Yeah, it's fucking Kentucky. I'm not buying it. They're going to be ass this year. I really think they're going to underwhelm.
I can't say that out loud because
I'm saying it.
I've danced on that grave too many times before. But without Chris Rodriguez, if he wasn't suspended, I would be much more scared of Kentucky. But they don't return enough to scare me. Will Levis has upside, but I don't necessarily buy it because I haven't really seen it. So
he has downside too, major downside.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah. All right, all of us got Kentucky. Great. South Florida, I think we can just skip that one. We're all taking Gators. Yep.
Okay.
At so Tennessee.
Wait. For South Florida, rather than win-loss, because we all have us at a win, do we think we see another hurdle? Do we think we see any of our players jump over one of their players again?
I'm going to go no. Yeah. I think it's pretty rare. I'll go no. We did that last year versus some other Florida team, whichever other.
Was it? I thought it was USF that we did that against.
I think it was FAU that he.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I'm picking Anthony Richardson to go airborne for this game. Tennessee.
Okay. Is at Tennessee in Knoxville.
I've gone back and forth here.
Typical Tennessee liver right here. Buying into their hype every year.
Yeah, their offense is going to be really good. Brew McCoy got cleared by the NCAA. They're going to be good on offense, and I don't know. Although they are a finesse offense, and I think that plays to our favor. I don't know if we're going to be able to match what they can do offensively. That's my concern. I think it has the potential to be a shootout, and I don't like our chances in a shootout with this team. But it's Tennessee, so I'm going to go with the Gators.
That's right.
Fuck the Vols.
It just doesn't matter what happens on paper, right? Like, and until they show they can do something,
Yep.
I got to go Gators too. I think that we're going to drop a game we shouldn't in the SEC because I just don't think we're going to be consistent. But it's not going to be Tennessee because it never is. So I got the Gators.
I think I'm picking the Gators because it's at Tennessee. I think if it were a home game, we'd be asleep for it. I think it's because it's Tennessee, we're going to show up and want to embarrass them that much more.
Just remember, the only time in the past, 17 years we've lost to them was in Knoxville. One time.
Yeah.
One time.
And that
Eastern
was
16,
also-
17 years?
That was also coincidentally the last time they had a really good receiving core. So it doesn't make me feel good.
Hey,
Hey.
Eastern Washington.
Gators, yeah. Although, well, that's one of the scarier FCS teams.
Because of their mascot?
They've clapped some cheeks in the past.
Have they?
I'm looking now. This is a game on ESPN Plus. So unless you are a ESPN Plus subscriber, you're not going to watch this game. Unless, of course, you're willing to pirate, which we obviously do not advocate.
We do not
I do.
condone-
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would, in fact. You wouldn't download a car, would you? Yeah, I fucking would.
Damn
I would.
right.
Please
let's
pirate this game. Please,
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, we all got Eastern Washington. We all have Florida. Did we all take Florida over Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, every single one of us. Well, Zeus, you have us undefeated, right?
Currently, I have us undefeated, and that feels a little bit scary.
And then me and Toph are each at one loss to this point. Okay, we're at Missouri at home. This is our homecoming game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Gators. Yeah. Fuck you, Eli Dorkwitz.
Yeah, that piece of shit. He's not going to beat us again. Gators by 20 easily. Run away.
I'm going to go with a Missouri win because between Tennessee and Kentucky, and Utah, we've probably lost one, and I need my number to get right. So I'm going with
That's
Missouri.
reasonable. Honestly, not the worst choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the team we have this year, I mean, we're going to drop some, I think. So might as well. Although fucking Dorkwitz. All right, you got it. All right, so we're all at one loss, and it leads us to LSU in the Swamp on Tom Petty Day, presented by T-Mobile.
We're looking at the same roster. We're looking at the same team schedule right now.
I just pulled up the Florida Gators roster, FloridaGators.com schedule here.
Yeah. All right. I think this is a dub. I think LSU is booty cheeks. I think LSU is always booty cheeks, and I do not believe in Brian Kelly.
Okay.
The team that is supposed to win never seems to win this game. It's happened a couple times, but it always seems like it goes the way it shouldn't. I think LSU's favorited right now, if I'm not mistaken.
They are
I don't
not.
know why. They're not.
I think they're a pretty significant underdog. If I
Well,
remember,
in that case,
Am I wrong?
I'm going to take. Fuck, I can't do that. I can't take LSU, can I? That's disgusting.
You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah, I really don't want to put my mind to that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take LSU here. I got to say 2 losses. LSU wins this game in the Swamp because that's just an LSU Florida game right there. Whatever you think is going to happen doesn't.
They can't keep getting away with it. .gif. God, I swear to God, if we go to a 3-6 SEC schedule rotation when it goes to 9 games and we retain LSU as one of the annual opponents, I'm going to put a gun in my mouth. I am so fucking tired of those people.
Put it in Sankey's mouth.
Sure.
Get
I'll
right
put
to
it
the
in
heart of the
somebody's
problem.
mouth. Somebody's getting the Bud Dwyer treatment.
Let's be clear, we do not advocate murdering Sankey.
This is a
But-
joke. This is satire.
you wouldn't murder a car, would you?
We don't have any lawyers.
Satire.
Please don't sue us.
This is satire.
It was ironic.
But anyway, yeah, I'm so fucking tired of playing these people. But I think this is a Gator win this year. I think that they are not a very good football team this year.
Yeah. And I want to be clear. I think so little of LSU and their team and Brian Kelly and everything that comes with it. But this is just a game I see us losing because we just randomly lose to LSU.
I completely understand where you're coming from. Yep.
All right, Georgia in Jacksonville, where it should always be forever.
That's going to be a loss, baby.
I'm not going to say the words. I have us at 6 wins at this point. I will not say any more than that.
So you have us at 2 losses, with your losses being Missouri and one more?
I would phrase it that way. Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
I've got us at 6
your
and
two
1
losses, right?
at the bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6-1 at the bye, and then 6-2 after the bye.
All right. I have. I guess I did skip the bye there. And I'm at 2 losses heading into the bye with that LSU loss. All right. I'm going to be the guy to do it. I think that.
No.
Nah.
Don't be a hero.
I'm going to be a hero. We're beating Georgia. We're beating
Okay.
Georgia.
Nobody's
I
going to
think-
remember this.
I'm remembering it. I'm going to talk so much shit when we beat Georgia, and then if we lose, I'm never going to bring it up again. That's how it works. I think AR is going to come back with a vengeance. He's actually going to practice as the starter for the 2 weeks leading up to the game, rather than practicing as the backup, which
Big
we
if
found
true.
out happened. We found out that happened, by the way, just to remind you of what a piece of shit we had at coach last year. And then we do randomly beat Georgia when we shouldn't, and this is the year, another year, we're going to do that. So just like I think we shouldn't lose to LSU and we lose to them, I think we shouldn't beat Georgia and we will. All right, on to the next week. Texas A&M at Texas A&M in College Station.
That's a loss. 2 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimbo going to continue to clap our cheeks.
Yeah, there's 2 things going against us here. We always struggle against Jimbo, and we always struggle with at least one away SEC West opponent. This year being Texas A&M, and that's going to be a loss.
Yep. Okay. South
We're all at 3
Carolina.
losses. We're all at 3 losses, right?
Yep.
Yes.
6 and 3.
Okay. Looks like we're all going to finish with very similar, awesome schedules here.
South
Carolina.
Carolina. The Saluting Those Who Serve game presented by ViStar Credit Union.
Interesting.
One
Well-
of my least favorite credit unions, not knowing very many of them. I don't know anything about ViStar. They're probably fine. Please don't sue me.
You're sued. I'm going to call this a dub.
We're not
think
losing
that-
twice in a row to that piece of shit. Like, that was
Yeah.
a bad
No,
team
it's-
last year. We gave up. It's a bad
People are
team.
talking about them like they're going to be something significant.
No.
No,
No,
it's not
no.
happening. No,
They're
I
getting
don't buy
credit
it.
for beating a team that just didn't give a fuck and a very bad team on our own. It's not going to be like that this year. Gators win handily.
Fuck the entire Beamer family.
Yep, every one of them.
That's some narrow casting. That's for one person in particular.
Yeah, anybody who likes them is just not good. Not a good person.
If you ain't a Gator, you're Gator bait.
All right, at Vanderbilt, a game that I may be in attendance for.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, I'll be there.
I'm going to try and make it.
I missed out on Nashville last time. It's
Yeah.
been 4 years because of COVID in 2020.
Fucking COVID.
Yep.
Yeah. If I can't go to a game when I'm in Florida, it'll be the one at Vanderbilt. So
And that's a
this-
win.
anybody taking Vanderbilt here? Really? Here's a question.
I don't
That's tonight, right? They play at midnight against Hawaii or somewhere around
Yeah.
there.
Jesus.
Yep.
Does Vanderbilt beat Hawaii? The shithole Hawaii
Yes.
team
No.
Yeah, I think they do.
No.
They're traveling-
by body clock.
to Hawaii. They're probably going to win. But, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
think-
Hawaii has a better chance of beating them than they do of us, though. So, yeah, Florida wins this.
I think Vandy will be marginally improved this year. Very
All right,
slightly.
And I would agree with that, actually. And then the final game, the one that could have you booted from the podcast very quickly if you choose wrong here. Florida at Florida State in Tallahassee.
On a short week, on a Friday night, on Black Friday.
Who schedules a Friday night game? Only somebody in Tallahassee.
Bitches. I think, and I'm not saying this as a homer. I'm not saying this with my blue and orange tinted glasses. I think Florida State is overrated, and they're
Yeah.
not rated very highly.
No.
People are talking about them like
Objectively speaking, Jordan Travis is concentrated dog shit. Not good.
I mean, he at least has running ability, which is more than he could say for what happens if he gets injured. But he is really dog shit.
people are talking about this team as being, middling, average, perhaps. I don't think so. I think if they don't get rained out tonight, I think the only way that they open the season on a win is if they don't get rained out tonight. I think if they get, oh, by the way, we're recording this on Saturday. If that wasn't obvious from the whole Nebraska talk
right.
earlier,
And the fact that game should be starting any minute now.
hopefully it doesn't, because then they lose to LSU in the opener.
People are saying it. A lot of people are saying it.
Many are saying.
Many people are saying it.
Yeah, I have this as a dub.
Yep.
Correct. The only thing I regret is that I don't know if we're going to get a chance to be the team that gets a coach fired for them. I think that the coach firing decisions happened before this. And in their case, if they're going to fire their coach this year, it'll happen before our game.
I don't know. I
It's
could
gonna
see them
be
having.
It's going to be very expensive to do it. They're in a
Yeah.
weird spot. They're in a weird spot because they owe him a lot, and he's improved.
They don't have it.
Plus,
I think he's
Well,
going to do
this-
just enough to stick around. I think he's back next year.
So I have a question. If they keep him around this year, does that make them racist?
I
They
think they're
fired
already.
Taggart with a better record than this and better recruiting.
No, but their mascot and imagery do make them racist.
Yes.
And you can't change my mind about that. I don't care. I don't care about the rubber stamp from the Seminole tribe of Florida. I don't give a shit. Talk to me about the Seminoles in Oklahoma, Andrew Jackson, Trail of Tears, all that. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
all the
Fuck them.
Seminoles that they killed, that they removed from their homes. Those Seminoles aren't the ones that are saying this is okay. Yeah, this messed up. It really is. And a point of seriousness here. But yeah, I got Florida winning. Florida State does not beat us ever again.
Agreed. Toph, did I skip you saying what you thought was going to happen this game?
Oh, yeah, the Gators are going to win. We're going to clap those cheeks, baby.
Damn right.
Do we
So what?
do we all have 3 losses right now?
Do we all
Yeah.
go 9-3 here?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Man, look at that hype right
And
there.
I like mapped this out. I mapped this out earlier this week in my mind, and I thought we're all going to land on 9-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. And I'm the only one to have us taking Georgia down, by the way.
Fuck you.
The other one having us losing to LSU
for
too.
you.
I looking through it from the. I mean, Toph, while you were going pee-pee, Flat and I were talking about it. Just like we went game by game just now, but looking through the schedule and just kind of holistically guessing where we are relative to the, I think 7.5 win. I count South Florida, Eastern Washington, Missouri, even though that's not what I said. Missouri, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Florida State. That would be 6 games, all as easy wins. Did I miscount?
I mean, I don't care for the terminology of easy, but yes, yeah, those are the ones that I consider to not be toss-ups. I agree with you there.
I think I might have miscounted. I also counted LSU as an easy win for us. Not an easy one, but I counted that as a win for us. So
It's always
right now-
weird, though. It's always
South
fucking
Florida.
weird.
Yeah,
And they've
It's
got a lot of
very-
talent still. They really do.
And then the last 3 games, I count 8 wins that I feel fairly confident on.
Yeah, I would be. I don't know. I wouldn't be disappointed unless we dropped below like 8. If we only win 7, I would consider the season a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
I would too, but would you be that surprised seeing what we saw last year with the inconsistency?
No, I
Honestly,
wouldn't be.
I would be a little bit because so that's 6. If you take away the LSU, because you're saying LSU is weird. If we don't win 7 games this year, if we don't win 8 games this year, that means we lost to, in my mind, Kentucky, Tennessee, LSU, and like one other game. Like I count, I think 6 or 7 fairly confident wins on this, and that would mean that we don't go even one game that we go up and get an unlikely win in.
I don't know. 7-5. That means that you got the easy, you got Texas A&M, Georgia, LSU, and Utah. Those are all games that anybody could see us losing. Even if you drop LSU from that, that's 3 games right there. So that means that you just have to drop 2 out of Kentucky, Tennessee, LSU, and even Florida State, who is a rivalry game. And
So
then
many
you got
of
Missouri
these-
and South Carolina who beat us last year. It's just it's possible. It's
So much
really
of the
possible.
schedule is really in solid swing game territory.
Yeah.
Because for me, Georgia and Texas A&M look like the only sure losses, or something like that. But and then you've got a couple of sure wins, and then everybody else is just 60-40.
It's weird because it's 60-40 where I think we're going to win them, but I could see us losing a lot of these games.
Yeah.
And so if you get the wrong calls or the wrong players going down or just the wrong,
And
not
Billy
great
has
play.
been very vocal about trying to temper expectations. He's talked about how it's going to be a long building process, and so I think he's expecting to lose some games this year. And this is going to be just kind of a burner year.
And just to be clear, Alabama, Nick Saban, his first year, he went, what was it, 7-6?
7-6 with a loss to Louisiana Monroe.
At home, Louisiana Monroe at home at the end of the year too. So you can't just say, oh, they're getting way better either. They lost
Almost
4 in a
lost
row.
to Georgia Southern, I believe, as well. Or was that the following year where
Might have
they
been the following
ran through
year.
our ass like shit through a tin horn, according to Nick
So
Saban?
it's a building process. There's a lot going on here, and I'm not going to judge the season too much, but I can say whether it's a disappointment or not. And I would say that 7-5 would be disappointing, but I'm not going to hate on Napier, and it wouldn't be surprising to me if it did happen.
No, I'm not going to hit on Napier either way. I think
No.
we're building for a 4-year, like a 4-year turnaround.
There's a path to hate on Napier, or there was a path if he had taken the Taggart route, because you could see it year one for him at Florida State. I think that he's already done enough not to have taken that path. So I'm pretty good with wherever we end up. Yep. Anything else?
Zeus, you have to go.
Yeah, just about. Culture Corner, I just got one thing to drop. I'm currently watching King of the Hill all the way through for the first time. Spectacular show.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I have
Yep.
sent so many just
I need to
recording
do
a
that.
5-second just recording a 5-second clip on my phone and sending it to all my friends, like Dale Gribble in a black mask sniffing a wall, licking and just saying, paint. Just so many out of context gold lines.
There's so much that's funny on like a on the nose obvious level, and then like there's so much satire happening there that I completely missed when I was a kid. It's brilliant. Such a good show.
Incredible show. All right, I gotta peace out. I'm gonna have the honor of being able to listen to a portion of this.
Deuces. Toodaloo.
Later.
Okay, so Culture Corner, the most recent James Bond movie.
Okay. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I don't know what it's called.
It's not Die Another Day. That was one from the 2000s. It was something like that. Something about dying. I don't know.
To them are. No Time to Die. Is that it?
No Time to Die. That's it. Yep. Very good. Damn, that movie was really good. I was
Yeah.
not expecting how good that movie was going to be. Best since Skyfall for sure. Possibly the best Craig Bond movie.
Yeah.
Really, really excellent.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
And that's, I think I finished this last season of Stranger Things since the last
Okay.
time we talked, and that was also really good. Really,
Yes.
really. The first episode I didn't care for, but it really, like, as a whole, the season was pretty good. I thought the first episode had a lot of parts that were kind of, I don't know, cringy or obvious, bad dialogue. But other than that, it was pretty good. Solid.
Yeah. I thought the first, I guess, segment or first half of it finished out really well, and then the back end finished out well too. So, I've probably watched a bunch, and I'm just blanking on. I'll just say what comes to mind first here. For movies, I watched Sing and Sing 2 since they were both out, and I really enjoyed them. I actually liked them for what they were. So they were good movies.
Interesting.
They were. I'm not a huge musical person, but I can enjoy a good one, and I thought Sing did a good job there. For TV shows, I've watched a couple of the ones on Apple TV. There's I think it might just be a one-off called. Let me make sure I'm saying this. It's called Blackbird, I want to say. Another one with Taron Egerton, because I think he was in Sing as a gorilla. This time he was more of a convict. But it was an interesting show. I liked it.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of based off a true story. It's pretty dark. It's got some serial killer vibes, and there's a whole prison snitching vibe. And I don't want to give away too much, but it's a good show.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and then 5 Days at Memorial. I've been watching that. It's sort of going over Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah,
And,
I've heard that's really
Memorial
good.
Hospital. It's been very good so far. It's it's one of those things where if you weren't in the area, you might not have heard as much about Katrina, and maybe if you were younger too. It was pretty fucked up. The whole thing, they were not ready for it at all, and it hit hard. And watching this kind of drives home how messed up it was for some of these people. So it's been very good. I think I have another episode up left to go. I don't know how many there are, but I like it. If you have Apple TV, I'd check it out.
Yeah, I think that has one of my favorite like bit actresses in it, Julianne Emery, who most people would probably know her from playing Betsy Kettleman in Better Call Saul. I kind of have a crush on her. She's actually from like my relatively close geographic area where I'm from.
So is she on your list? You get a free pass? Would she be if you had?
She'd be up there. Yeah, she'd be up there for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody will understand. I got you.
Okay. Well, this is
all right. Anything else? We have. I know, right? I have nothing to back up. She wouldn't be on my list, but I could see where you're coming from there.
I'm sorry. I went horny on Maine on that one.
Bonk.
Bonk top inbound.
You see, this is why we need Zeus, because he would have hopped in at the bonk immediately right there. Missing out on that. We haven't made 100-foot wave joke at all. Whatsoever.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. I guess
I also thought about making
connect that.
Yeah, I thought about making the joke about Katrina.
Yeah, you could connect it somehow there. did they have 100-foot wave when the levees broke? Yeah, or I guess you could kind of put on the backside of that. But
maybe it's 100-foot wave of my when I yeah. I'm cutting that shit out. I'm not leaving that in. I have more dignity. My dad listens to this show from time to time.
Oh, I'm dying right now. Tough Dad, I apologize that you produced something like this. How dare you? That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, yeah.
All right. On that note, we got anything else, or are we ready to review it?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Mm.
I've been drinking. I've had a couple.
Yep. Same here. I'm ready to finish on Saturday. Couple more beers.
Yeah.
All right. Until then, go Gators. Let's go beat
Go
Utah.
Gators. Yep.
All right.
Deuces.
Review it.
Review it.
Our conflicts ere the great day we shall not prevent our victory if we but strive and watch and pray like soldiers in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. For I know I have, and I feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul. Though Satan may his powers employ our happiness for to destroy, yet never fear we'll gain the day by marching in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. For